Allow. Allow is a verb. To allow is to let someone do something or let something happen. To allow also means to agree. My parents allow me to ride my bike in good weather. Now you say the word. Allow. Bitter. Bitter is an adjective. Bitter means sharp and unpleasant, angry or hurt. The unripe fruit tasted bitter. Now you say the word. Bitter. Common. Common is an adjective. Common means found often or average. A cat is a common pet. Now you say the word. Common. Faint. Faint is an adjective. Faint means not clear or weak. The writing was so faint that I had trouble reading it. Now you say the word. Faint. Faint. Faint is a verb. To faint is to pass out. The hot sun made the dancer faint on stage. Now you say the word. Faint. Firm. Firm is an adjective. Something that is solid and does not give way is firm. The climber kept a firm grip on the rope. Now you say the word. Firm. Firm. Firm is a noun. A firm is a business or small company. My mother works at a law firm. Now you say the word. Firm. Force. Force is a noun. Force is strength or power. The force of the wind knocked over the tree. Now you say the word. Force. Force. Force is a verb. To force is to cause to do something by using strength or power. Firefighters must sometimes force their way into a burning building. Now you say the word. Force. Goal. Goal is a noun. A goal is something a person wants and works for. A goal is also the area into which players must move a ball or puck in order to score in some sports. My goal in life is to become a scientist. Now you say the word. Goal. Patient. Patient is an adjective. Patient means able to stay calm when faced with pain, trouble, or a long wait. My teacher was patient as I learned the new song. Now you say the word. Patient. Patient. Patient is a noun. A patient is a person getting medical care. The patient had to stay in the hospital. Now you say the word. Patient. Prefer. Prefer is a verb. To prefer is to like better than others or to tend to choose. I prefer summer to winter. Now you say the word. Prefer. Trace. Trace is a noun. A trace is a small amount left behind showing that something was there. The air had only a trace of smoke after the fire. Now you say the word. Trace. Trace. Trace is a verb. To trace is to copy by following over the lines of something as seen through a sheet of paper. If you want to copy a design, you can trace it. Now you say the word. Trace.
Aim. Aim is a noun. An aim is a purpose or goal. My aim was to win the state spelling bee. Now you say the word. Aim. Aim. Aim is a verb. To aim is to point or direct at a target. In archery, you should aim for the center of the target. Now you say the word. Aim. Aware. Aware is an adjective. Aware means knowing or realizing. We were aware that it was getting late. Now you say the word. Aware. Defeat. Defeat is a noun. A defeat is loss or failure. The defeat was difficult for the player because she had worked so hard. Now you say the word. Defeat. Defeat. Defeat is a verb. To defeat is to beat in a game or battle. The Tigers hope to defeat the Bears in the last game. Now you say the word. Defeat. Drift. Drift is a verb. To drift is to be carried away by water or air. The balloon began to drift away from the child. Now you say the word. Drift. Mild. Mild is an adjective. Mild means gentle, not harsh. The doctor spoke to the young child in a mild tone of voice. Now you say the word. Mild. Pause. Pause is a noun. A pause is a short stop. There was a pause between two scenes in the play. Now you say the word. Pause. Pause. Pause is a verb. To pause is to stop for a short time. Let's pause to think about what happened. Now you say the word. Pause. Refuse. Refuse is a verb. To refuse is to not accept or agree to something. I refuse to admit that I was wrong. Now you say the word. Refuse. Route. Route is a noun. A route is a road or way of travel between two places. My bus takes the quickest route to school. Now you say the word. Route. Ruin. Ruin is a verb. To ruin is to destroy or damage something. Big waves will ruin my sandcastle. Now you say the word. Ruin. Solid. Solid is an adjective. Solid means having shape and hardness, or not liquid or gas. Solid also means very strong and reliable. After the boat ride, I was happy to be back on solid ground. Now you say the word. Solid.
Active. Active is an adjective. Active means taking action or full of movement. To be healthy, it is important to stay active. Now you say the word. Active. Bargain. Bargain is a noun. A bargain is an agreement between two people or groups. A bargain is also something sold cheaply, or a good deal, The baseball cards were a bargain at $1 a pack. Now you say the word. Bargain. Bargain. Bargain is a verb. To bargain is to ask for a lower price or to agree to sell something for less. Not many store owners like to bargain with customers. Now you say the word. Bargain. Gasp. Gasp is a verb. To gasp is to breathe in quickly or have trouble breathing because of fear or shock. To gasp is also to catch one's breath. I'm sure you're going to gasp when you see the scary part of the movie. Now you say the word. Gasp. Gasp. Gasp is a noun. Gasp means the act of gasping or panting. We heard the sound of a gasp as the runner crossed the finish line. Now you say the word. Gasp. Loyal. Loyal is an adjective. Loyal means faithful to one's country, a person, or an idea. The loyal soldier was proud to serve her country. Now you say the word. Loyal. Resource. Resource is a noun. A resource is a source of useful supplies, materials, or information. An encyclopedia is a valuable resource. Now you say the word. Resource. Sensitive. Sensitive is an adjective. Sensitive means to react to something quickly or be easily hurt or bothered. My teeth are sensitive to cold drinks. Now you say the word. Sensitive. Struggle. Struggle is a noun. A struggle is an enormous effort or attempt. It is also a battle. It was a struggle to climb the mountain. Now you say the word. Struggle. Struggle. Struggle is a verb. To struggle is to try hard, to make a great effort, or to fight. The father had to struggle to win the tug of war. Now you say the word. Struggle. Value. Value is a noun. Value is something important or the worth of something. It is an amount. I did not know the value of the painting. Now you say the word. Value. Value. Value is a verb. To value is to estimate the worth of something or someone, or to think highly of it. I value your opinion because you are so wise. Now you say the word. Value. Vary. Vary is a verb. To vary is to do something in a new way or to make different, or change. To make lunch interesting, vary your choice of vegetables. Now you say the word. Vary. Wander. Wander is a verb. To wander is to move around without a plan or goal, or to get lost. Did you see the deer wander into our backyard? Now you say the word. Wander.
Capture. Capture is a noun. Capture is the act of catching or gaining control by force or skill. After the capture of the ship, the pirates divided its gold and silver. Now you say the word. Capture. Capture. Capture is a verb. To capture is to grab and hold on to, or to hold the attention of. I will not read a book that does not capture my interest. Now you say the word. Capture. Coward. Coward is a noun. A coward is one who has no courage or gets scared easily. I behaved like a coward during the thunderstorm. Now you say the word. Coward. Exclaim. Exclaim is a verb. To exclaim is to speak with strong feelings or emotions, or to cry out. When the phone rings, I always exclaim, "I'll get it." Now you say the word. Exclaim. Gloomy. Gloomy is an adjective. Gloomy means partly or completely dark, or wearing a frown. The twins were both gloomy when they did not get their way. Now you say the word. Gloomy. Insist. Insist is a verb. To insist means to state something or make a demand firmly. I continued to insist that I did my homework, even though I didn't have it with me. Now you say the word. Insist. Passage. Passage is a noun. Passage means the act of moving from one place to another. A trip by sea or by air, or a way in or out. Passage also means a part of a written work or a piece of music. The passage from England to India took many days by boat. Now you say the word. Passage. Restless. Restless is an adjective. Restless means unable to rest, relax, or be still, without rest or sleep. The baby was restless all night. Now you say the word. Restless. Shallow. Shallow is an adjective. Shallow means not deep or not showing much thought. The lake is shallow, so it is safe. Now you say the word. Shallow. Shatter. Shatter is a verb. To shatter is to break into many pieces or to cause much damage. Why did the mirror shatter? Now you say the word. Shatter. Talent. Talent is a noun. Talent is an ability to do something well, or a skill or gift. You have a natural talent for singing. Now you say the word. Talent.
Atmosphere. Atmosphere is a noun. Atmosphere is the air that surrounds Earth, or the feeling or mood in a room or place. Earth's atmosphere is made up of invisible gases. Now you say the word. Atmosphere. Brilliant. Brilliant is an adjective. Brilliant means sparkling or full of light or striking and shiny. Brilliant also means very smart. Many stars in the universe are brilliant. Now you say the word. Brilliant. Convince. Convince is a verb. To convince is to get someone to believe something or to do something, to win over. It is easy to convince me to eat 2 pieces of carrot cake. Now you say the word. Convince. Endure. Endure is a verb. To endure is to put up with or to continue in the same way for a long time. I cannot endure your silly jokes. Now you say the word. Endure. Glance. Glance is a verb. To glance is to look quickly, or to bounce off a surface and fly off to one side. I will glance at my watch from time to time to make sure my speech isn't too long. Now you say the word. Glance. Glance. Glance is a noun. A glance is a quick look. One glance told me we would be close friends. Now you say the word. Glance. Harsh. Harsh is an adjective. Harsh means rough or unpleasant to the senses, or unkind in voice or behavior. Try not to speak in a harsh tone, even when you are angry. Now you say the word. Harsh. Plunge. Plunge is a verb. To plunge is to fall quickly, or to quickly throw oneself down or into something. People looking for fun and thrills take the plunge in a roller coaster. Now you say the word. Plunge. Plunge. Plunge is a noun. A plunge is the act of jumping in. Enjoy taking a plunge into the pool. Now you say the word. Plunge. Precious. Precious is an adjective. Precious means very high-priced or loved and adored. Sapphires and rubies are precious jewels. Now you say the word. Precious. Swift. Swift is an adjective. Swift means able to move at quick speed or quick to respond. The current was swift as the canoe reached the rapids. Now you say the word. Swift. Unite. Unite is a verb. To unite is to bring 2 or more parts together to make a whole. The team's players need to unite during a game. Now you say the word. Unite.
Border. Border is a noun. A border is the outer edge of an object or the line where one part ends and another begins. We crossed the border into Canada. Now you say the word. Border. Border. Border is a verb. To border something or someone is to be next to or near it, or to touch its edge. One city can border a number of small towns. Now you say the word. Border. Certain. Certain is an adjective. Certain means having no doubt or sure. I am certain I locked the door. Now you say the word certain. Clasp. Clasp is a noun. A clasp is a device that holds parts together or a strong hold. I lost the clasp to my watch. Now you say the word clasp. Clasp. Clasp is a verb. To clasp is to hook something up or to hold tightly. My younger sister likes to clasp my hand. Now you say the word clasp. Depart. Depart is a verb. To depart means to go away. I will depart for Miami soon. Now you say the word depart. Fierce. Fierce is an adjective. Fierce means violent, wild, or savage. The tiger that attacked the zookeeper was fierce. Now you say the word fierce. Journey. Journey is a noun. A journey is a long trip, a passage from one place to another. Where did you go on your journey? Now you say the word journey. Journey. Journey is a verb. To journey is to go on a trip, to travel. We plan to journey to Egypt. Now you say the word journey. Observe. Observe is a verb. To observe is to see, to watch with close attention, or to stick to or obey. To understand how the bird gets its food, the boy must observe its movements. Now you say the word observe. Superb. Superb is an adjective. Superb means of the best quality. The acting and singing in the movie were superb. Now you say the word superb. Treasure. Treasure is a noun. A treasure is a collection of valuable objects or something that is worth a lot. The pirates guarded their treasure. Now you say the word treasure. Treasure. Treasure is a verb. To treasure is to care a great deal for something or someone. I treasure my collection of foreign coins. Now you say the word treasure. Wisdom. Wisdom is a noun. Wisdom is knowledge and good sense, especially as a result of experience. Grandparents have much wisdom about life. Now you say the word wisdom. Accuse. Accuse is a verb. To accuse is to say that someone or something has done wrong, or blame. Please don't accuse me of being lazy. Now you say the word accuse. Clever. Clever is an adjective. Clever means having or showing a quick mind. Clever also means bright or smart. The clever student answered every question correctly. Now you say the word clever. Coast. Coast is a noun. A coast is the land near the sea or ocean. California is on the Pacific coast of the United States. Now you say the word. Coast. Coast. Coast is a verb. To coast is to move along without any power or effort, or to slide down a slope. Our sleds will coast down the hill. Now you say the word. Coast. Delicate. Delicate is an adjective. Delicate means easily broken or damaged, or requiring care or skill. Do not touch that delicate teacup, please. Now you say the word. Delicate. Explore. Explore is a verb. To explore is to travel, to discover, or to look into or study something. I would like to explore the new neighborhood. Now you say the word. Explore. Imitate. Imitate is a verb. To imitate is to copy someone's movements or expressions, or to appear like something else. I love to imitate the actor's funny face. Now you say the word. Imitate. Pierce. Pierce is a verb. To pierce is to make a hole or opening in something, or to run into or through something, as with a pointed tool or weapon. Use scissors to pierce the plastic wrap. Now you say the word. Pierce. Rare. Rare is an adjective. Rare means not often found, seen, or happening. Rare also means unusually valuable or good, or not fully cooked. It is rare for a pitcher to hit many home runs. Now you say the word. Rare. Symbol. Symbol is a noun. A symbol is something that stands for something else. It can also be a written sign that is used to represent an operation or calculation. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of freedom. Now you say the word. Symbol. Triumph. Triumph is a noun. A triumph is an important success or win, or a feeling of happiness that comes from winning. Winning the battle was a triumph for them. Now you say the word. Triumph. Triumph. Triumph is a verb. To triumph is to succeed. The basketball team will triumph in the end. Now you say the word. Triumph.
Ancient. Ancient is an adjective. If something is ancient, it is very old or early in history. The fossil remains are ancient. Now you say the word. Ancient.
Climate. Climate is a noun. The climate of an area is the usual weather condition. I don't like the moist, hot climate. Now you say the word. Climate.
Cling. Cling is a verb. To cling is to hold on firmly, to have a strong attachment to or feeling for something or someone. As a child, I used to cling to my mother. Now you say the word. Cling.
Custom. Custom is a noun. If something is a custom, it is the way people do things year after year. Eating turkey is a custom celebrated by many people on Thanksgiving. Now you say the word. Custom.
Decay. Decay is a verb. To decay is to slowly decline or fall into ruin. The salt water caused the dock to decay. Now you say the word. Decay. Decay. Decay is a noun. If something is in decay, it is in slow decline or it is wearing away. Go to the dentist twice a year to avoid tooth decay. Now you say the word. Decay.
Disturb. Disturb is a verb. To disturb is to make upset or uneasy. We try not to disturb their sleep. Now you say the word. Disturb.
Expose. Expose is a verb. To expose something is to uncover or open to view or to make something known. I promise not to expose their secrets. Now you say the word. Expose. Perform. Perform is a verb. To perform is to carry out a task or to act or entertain. We were asked to perform the play on Wednesday. Now you say the word. Perform.
Remote. Remote is an adjective. If something is remote, it is far removed in distance or time, or out of the way. We drove to a remote cabin in the woods. Now you say the word. Remote. Timid. Timid is an adjective. If someone is timid, he or she lacks courage or confidence. I was too timid to talk to the new teacher. Now you say the word. Timid.
Ability. Ability is a noun. An ability is the power or skill to do something. Lifeguards must have the ability to swim well. Now you say the word. Ability. Avoid. Avoid is a verb. To avoid something or someone is to keep away from it. They tried to avoid the mud, but they were not successful. Now you say the word. Avoid. Bashful. Bashful is an adjective. Bashful means shy or not at ease, especially in a social setting. Why were you so bashful at the party? Now you say the word. Bashful. Brief. Brief is an adjective. Brief means short in time, amount, or length. A 3-day vacation is too brief for me. Now you say the word. Brief. Compete. Compete is a verb. To compete is to try for something, such as a prize, to take part in a game or contest, or to play against another or others. In gym, students might compete in the 50-yard dash. Now you say the word. Compete. Consider. Consider is a verb. To consider is to think about or pay attention to something or someone. Be sure to consider your choices carefully. Now you say the word. Consider. Delightful. Delightful is an adjective. Delightful means very pleasing or wonderful. Going to a carnival is a delightful experience. Now you say the word. Delightful. Honor. Honor is a noun. Honor is great respect, or a sign of respect, or a sense of what is right. They sent a card in honor of my birthday. Now you say the word. Honor. Honor. Honor is a verb. To honor is to respect or value something or someone. We should honor our teachers. Now you say the word. Honor. Reflex. Reflex is a noun. A reflex is an automatic response, usually very quick. My reflex is to jump at the sight of a spider. Now you say the word. Reflex. Remark. Remark is a noun. A remark is a short statement. That was an unkind remark about their old shoes. Now you say the word. Remark. Remark. Remark is a verb. To remark is to say or mention or to give an opinion. Ask them to remark on the shape of the clouds. Now you say the word. Remark.
Actual. Actual is an adjective. Actual means happening in fact or reality. The actual cost was far less than we guessed it would be. Now you say the word. Actual. Brink. Brink is a noun. The brink is the edge, especially of a high, steep place. The hiker stood near the brink of the cliff. Now you say the word. Brink. Chill. Chill is a noun. A chill is an unpleasant feeling of coldness, coolness. I felt a chill as I skated on the pond. Now you say the word. Chill. Chill. Chill is a verb. To chill is to make or become cold. Should we chill the dessert? Now you say the word. Chill. Conquer. Conquer is a verb. To conquer is to defeat or take over, to master or overcome. The army hoped to conquer the enemy quickly. Now you say the word. Conquer. Fortunate. Fortunate is an adjective. Fortunate means having or bringing good luck, or lucky. We were fortunate to have no rain during spring break. Now you say the word. Fortunate. Fury. Fury is a noun. Fury means strong anger or rage. A bad temper often leads to a state of fury. Now you say the word. Fury. Intend. Intend is a verb. To intend is to plan to do something, to have a goal or purpose. I hope you intend to do your homework. Now you say the word. Intend. Pattern. Pattern is a noun. A pattern is the way that shapes and colors are put together, or a model or guide for making something. A pattern is also a design that is repeated. The striped pattern is the same in each candy cane. Now you say the word. Pattern. Pattern. Pattern is a verb. To pattern is to make or follow according to a model or design. I hope to pattern my behavior after someone I look up to. Now you say the word. Pattern. Vibrant. Vibrant is an adjective. Vibrant means full of life, energy, or activity. Your personality is lively and vibrant. Now you say the word. Vibrant. Wit. Wit is a noun. Wit is the talent to describe things or people in a funny or unusual way. The ability to think clearly or a clever and amusing person. A teacher with wit often knows how to keep the students' attention in class. Now you say the word. Wit.
Approach. Approach is a verb. To approach is to come close to begin to deal with, or to make a request. We watched the brand new train approach the station. Now you say the word. Approach. Approach. Approach is a noun. An approach is coming close to something or someone, a way to deal with something or someone, or a way of reaching a place. The approach of spring makes many people giddy. Now you say the word. Approach. Approve. Approve is a verb. To approve means to have a high opinion of or to give permission. My parents approve of my loyal friends. Now you say the word. Approve. Glory. Glory is a noun. Glory is great honor or praise given by others, or great beauty. Can anything match the glory of a sunset? Now you say the word. Glory. Magnificent. Magnificent is an adjective. Magnificent means very grand and fine, remarkably beautiful or outstanding. The Taj Mahal in India is a magnificent building. Now you say the word. Magnificent. Meek. Meek is an adjective. Meek means not courageous or strong. I felt meek and did not speak loudly enough. Now you say the word. Meek. Prompt. Prompt is an adjective. Prompt means on time or done quickly and without delay. They answered the invitation in a prompt manner. Now you say the word. Prompt. Prompt. Prompt is a verb. To prompt is to move someone to action or to remind someone what to do or what to say. I had to prompt my friend to make the call. Now you say the word. Prompt. Revive. Revive is a verb. To revive is to bring or come back to life. The nurse tried to revive the patient. Now you say the word. Revive. Tradition. Tradition is a noun. A tradition is a custom, belief, or idea that has been passed down over time. Celebrating with the 4th of July parade is a tradition in many towns and cities. Now you say the word. Tradition. Watchful. Watchful is an adjective. Watchful means always noticing what is happening or aware. A scout must be silent and watchful. Now you say the word. Watchful. Wreckage. Wreckage is a noun. Wreckage is what is left of something that has been destroyed. The wreckage of the car was taken away. Now you say the word. Wreckage.
Audible. Audible is an adjective. Audible means capable of being heard. The music was audible down the street. Now you say the word. Audible. Consume. Consume is a verb. To consume is to eat or drink, especially in large amounts, to use up or to destroy. We plan to consume an early dinner. Now you say the word. Consume. Glide. Glide is a verb. To glide is to move smoothly and easily. I watched the speed skater glide around the rink. Now you say the word. Glide. Origin. Origin is a noun. An origin is the cause or beginning. The origin of chocolate is the cocoa bean. Now you say the word. Origin. Prevent. Prevent is a verb. To prevent is to stop something from happening. Waterproof boots prevent feet from getting wet. Now you say the word. Prevent. Punctuate. Punctuate is a verb. To punctuate is to mark printed or written materials with periods, commas, and other signs. To punctuate is also to give importance to something. Be careful how you punctuate your sentences. Now you say the word. Punctuate. Representative. Representative is a noun. Representative means a typical example. A representative is someone who acts for another. She was the company's representative at the meeting. Now you say the word. Representative. Representative. Representative is an adjective. Representative means having to do with elected members or being a typical example. The painting is representative of pop art. Now you say the word. Representative. Scorn. Scorn is a noun. Scorn is a feeling that something or someone is worthless or inferior, or an expression of that feeling. It is not right to treat those who are less fortunate with scorn. Now you say the word. Scorn. Scorn. Scorn is a verb. To scorn is to act with contempt toward an object or person, or to make fun of. I wish they did not scorn my old bicycle. Now you say the word. Scorn. Stout. Stout is an adjective. Stout means large and heavy in build, physically strong and sturdy, or having courage or determination. The stout old maple stood in the meadow. Now you say the word. Stout. Woe. Woe is a noun. Woe is great sorrow or suffering. Woe also is trouble. I felt such woe when my poor dog died. Now you say the word. Woe.
Arch. Arch is a noun. An arch is a curved structure that serves as an opening and as a support. The door to the castle had an arch over it. Now you say the word. Arch. Arch. Arch is an adjective. Arch means main, playful, or mischievous. Surprisingly, the arch enemies joined forces. Now you say the word. Arch. Authentic. Authentic is an adjective. Authentic means being the real thing, worthy of belief or true. These are authentic diamonds. Now you say the word. Authentic. Clarify. Clarify is a verb. To clarify is to say clearly or make easier to understand. The teacher tried to clarify the assignment. Now you say the word. Clarify. Declare. Declare is a verb. To declare is to state strongly or to make a formal or an official statement. I was too shy to declare my feelings. Now you say the word. Declare. Grant. Grant is a verb. To grant is to admit that something is true, or to permit or to allow. The leader decided to grant their request. Now you say the word. Grant. Grant. Grant is a noun. A grant is something that is given. They received a grant to study other cultures. Now you say the word. Grant. Grave. Grave is a noun. A grave is a hole in the ground where something is buried. The grave of President Ulysses S. Grant is in New York City. Now you say the word. Grave. Grave. Grave is an adjective. Grave means very important and requiring much attention, or something serious. The climbers were in grave danger. Now you say the word. Grave. Modest. Modest is an adjective. Modest means not thinking too highly of oneself, not boastful. Modest also means proper in speech, dress, or behavior, and not extreme or large. We were surprised at how modest the famous singer was. Now you say the word. Modest. Opponent. Opponent is a noun. An opponent is someone who is set against another, as in a contest, game, argument, or fight. In the sport of fencing, each opponent challenges the other with a special kind of sword. Now you say the word. Opponent. Valid. Valid is an adjective. Valid means supported by facts or evidence, or something true. Your report presents many valid arguments. Now you say the word. Valid. Yearn. Yearn is a verb. To yearn is to long for. I yearn for our vacation. Now you say the word. Yearn.
Admirable. Admirable is an adjective. Admirable means deserving praise. The murals they painted on the wall are admirable. Now you say the word. Admirable. Automatic. Automatic is an adjective. Automatic means done without thought or will, or done by a machine, not by a human. Blinking is an automatic response. Now you say the word. Automatic. Devotion. Devotion is a noun. Devotion is loyalty and affection. They showed their devotion to their religious faith by attending services on a regular basis. Now you say the word. Devotion. Distant. Distant is an adjective. Distant means far away or not friendly. The distant cabin was difficult to get to. Now you say the word. Distant. Dreary. Dreary is an adjective. Dreary means gloomy or dismal, without cheer, comfort, or enthusiasm. The rain did not stop at all during the dreary afternoon. Now you say the word. Dreary. Exhaust. Exhaust is a verb. To exhaust is to use up or wear out. Don't exhaust yourself shopping at the mall. Now you say the word. Exhaust. Exhaust. Exhaust is a noun. Exhaust is the escape of gas from an engine. The exhaust from the bus made me choke. Now you say the word. Exhaust. Kindle. Kindle is a verb. To kindle is to get a fire going, or to stir up or start something. We tried to kindle a campfire. Now you say the word. Kindle. Predict. Predict is a verb. To predict is to guess what is going to happen. No one can predict the future. Now you say the word. Predict. Separation. Separation is a noun. Separation is the act or condition of being apart. They met again after a separation of 10 years. Now you say the word. Separation. Stunt. Stunt is a verb. To stunt is to stop or slow down the growth of something or someone. The scientists work to stunt the growth of the weed. Now you say the word. Stunt. Stunt. Stunt is a verb. To stunt is to stop or slow down the growth of something or someone. The scientists work to stunt the growth of the weed. Now you say the word. Stunt.
Abundant. Abundant is an adjective. Abundant means large or more than enough, plentiful. There was an abundant amount of food at the restaurant. Now you say the word. Abundant. Barrier. Barrier is a noun. A barrier blocks or bars movement or passage. The mountains acted as a barrier to the wind. Now you say the word. Barrier. Conceive. Conceive is a verb. To conceive is to start something or to think up or begin to understand. I began to conceive a plan on how to get all my work done. Now you say the word. Conceive. Formal. Formal is an adjective. Formal means following strict rules or customs, or requiring fancy clothes and fine manners. The club members were required to follow a formal dress code. Now you say the word. Formal. Inquire. Inquire is a verb. To inquire is to ask about. The detective has begun to inquire about the crime. Now you say the word. Inquire. Penalize. Penalize is a verb. To penalize is to punish. Our teacher will penalize us for incomplete work. Now you say the word. Penalize. Picturesque. Picturesque is an adjective. Picturesque means charming or quaint. The little town is so picturesque. Now you say the word. Picturesque. Predator. Predator is a noun. A predator is one that destroys or devours others, or an animal that stalks and eats other animals. A snake is a predator of mice and other rodents. Now you say the word. Predator. Privilege. Privilege is a noun. A privilege is a special right, benefit, or permission. The players who arrived first got the privilege of choosing the nicest uniforms. Now you say the word. Privilege. Slumber. Slumber is a verb. Slumber means to sleep lightly. The baby will slumber for a while after lunch. Now you say the word. Slumber. Slumber. Slumber is a noun. Slumber is a sleep or light sleep. The cat lay in slumber for most of the afternoon. Now you say the word. Slumber.
Advantage. Advantage is a noun. An advantage is something that puts someone in a better position. The advantage of sitting up front is being able to see the movie better. Now you say the word. Advantage. Ambition. Ambition is a noun. Ambition is a strong desire for importance or success. My ambition is to be an excellent artist. Now you say the word. Ambition. Defiant. Defiant is an adjective. Defiant means showing strong resistance or being willing to challenge or confront. The defiant team member refused to listen to the coach. Now you say the word. Defiant. Fearsome. Fearsome is an adjective. Fearsome means frightening or alarming. That horror movie was quite fearsome. Now you say the word. Fearsome. Imply. Imply is a verb. To imply is to suggest something without saying it directly. Their kind remarks imply that they want me to join in. Now you say the word. Imply. Merit. Merit is a noun. Merit means a quality that deserves praise. The chief merit of the book is its surprise ending. Now you say the word. Merit. Merit. Merit is a verb. To merit is to be worthy of, or deserve. We merit good grades for our hard work. Now you say the word. Merit. Negotiate. Negotiate is a verb. To negotiate is to discuss in order to arrive at an agreement. The United States and Great Britain negotiate the Treaty of Paris in 1783. Now you say the word. Negotiate. Purify. Purify is a verb. To purify is to make clean and free of dirt or pollutants. We need to purify the dirty water so we can drink it. Now you say the word. Purify. Revoke. Revoke is a verb. To revoke is to cancel by withdrawing or reversing. The judge decided to revoke his license. Now you say the word. Revoke. Wretched. Wretched is an adjective. Wretched means very unhappy or unfortunate or miserable. Wretched also means very poor in quality. We felt wretched about the terrible accident. Now you say the word. Wretched.
Absorb. Absorb is a verb. To absorb is to soak up or take in. To absorb also means to keep the attention of something or someone. A sponge can absorb every last drop of water. Now you say the word. Absorb. Amateur. Amateur is a noun. An amateur is someone who does something for pleasure and not for money, or someone who does not have much experience. The young boy wanted to be a professional singer, but sang with his choir as an amateur. Now you say the word. Amateur. Channel. Channel is a noun. A channel is the deepest part of a river or a body of water that links two larger ones. A channel is also a long, narrow groove, a band of radio waves, or a course of action. Many ships pass through the channel between England and France. Now you say the word. Channel. Channel. Channel is a verb. To channel is to make a long, narrow groove or to direct or focus. They began to channel through the rock. Now you say the word. Channel. Elegant. Elegant is an adjective. Elegant means showing beauty, high quality, and good taste. The diamond is an elegant jewel. Now you say the word. Elegant. Grace. Grace is a noun. Grace is ease and beauty of movement, or charming or pleasing quality. Grace also is a short prayer at meals. The horse galloped with incredible grace. Now you say the word. Grace. Grace. Grace is a verb. To grace is to add beauty or honor to something or someone. Will she grace our party with her presence? Now you say the word. Grace. Inspect. Inspect is a verb. To inspect is to look over closely. Please inspect the clothes for any damage. Now you say the word. Inspect. Lame. Lame is an adjective. Lame means stiff, sore, or not able to move properly. Lame also means weak, not satisfactory. I cannot swim because of my lame leg. Now you say the word. Lame. Suspend. Suspend is a verb. To suspend is to hang something in order to allow its free movement. To suspend is also to stop for a time or interrupt, or to bar from a position or privilege. Please suspend those streamers from the ceiling. Now you say the word. Suspend. Tiresome. Tiresome is an adjective. Tiresome means annoyingly dull or exhausting, unexciting. Scrubbing the kitchen floor can be tiresome. Now you say the word. Tiresome. Tranquil. Tranquil is an adjective. Tranquil means free from trouble or disturbance, quiet. The tranquil lake is relaxing. Now you say the word. Tranquil.
Boast. Boast is a verb. To boast is to speak proudly of oneself, to brag, or to take pride in. The team members tend to boast whenever they win. Now you say the word. Boast. Boast. Boast is a noun. Boast is talk that is too full of pride in oneself. My boast about my grades drove away my friends. Now you say the word. Boast. Eloquent. Eloquent is an adjective. Eloquent means showing the ability to use words clearly and effectively. Martin Luther King Jr. was an eloquent civil rights speaker. Now you say the word. Eloquent. Glisten. Glisten is a verb. To glisten means to shine with sparkling light. I like to see the morning dew glisten in the sunshine. Now you say the word. Glisten. Ideal. Ideal is an adjective. Ideal means considered to be perfect, existing only in the imagination. Today was an ideal spring day. Now you say the word. Ideal. Ideal. Ideal is a noun. An ideal is a person or thing that is considered to be perfect. My ideal is a world without violence. Now you say the word. Ideal. Infectious. Infectious is an adjective. Infectious means caused or spread by germs, or able or tending to spread from one to another. Chickenpox is a highly infectious disease. Now you say the word. Infectious. Invest. Invest is a verb. To invest is to put money into something that will earn interest or make a profit, or to make use of something for future benefit. They will invest their money in stocks and bonds. Now you say the word. Invest. Locate. Locate is a verb. To locate is to find the position of something or someone, or to settle into a place. I need to locate the highway on the map. Now you say the word. Locate. Ripple. Ripple is a noun. A ripple is a small wave. The pebble caused a ripple in the pool. Now you say the word. Ripple. Ripple. Ripple is a verb. To ripple is to form or cause small waves. A rowboat will ripple the surface of the lake. Now you say the word. Ripple. Sufficient. Sufficient is an adjective. Sufficient means as much as is needed, enough. We have a sufficient amount of time to finish our task. Now you say the word. Sufficient. Uproar. Uproar is a noun. An uproar is a state of noisy excitement or confusion. When I entered, I found the room in an uproar. Now you say the word. Uproar.
Celebrity. Celebrity is a noun. A celebrity is a well-known person, someone who is famous. Fame. Her popular paintings have made her celebrity in the art world. Now you say the word. Celebrity. Counsel. Counsel is a noun. Counsel is opinions or ideas given for a plan of action. A talk that leads to a decision. A lawyer. The head of the law firm is serving as the lead counsel for this trial. Now you say the word. Counsel. Counsel is a verb. To counsel is to give advice or an opinion. To offer help. After we lost a very close game, our coach tried to counsel us on how to accept defeat. Now you say the word. Counsel. Demonstrate. Demonstrate is a verb. To demonstrate is to clearly explain, show, or prove with examples, models, or experiments. Or to gather in public to support an opinion or cause. To become a band member, you must demonstrate some musical skill. Now you say the word. Demonstrate. Drowsy. Drowsy is an adjective. If someone is drowsy, they are ready to fall asleep or are sleepy. After eating that big dinner, I felt too drowsy to read. Now you say the word. Drowsy. Drowsy. Drowsy is an adjective. If someone is drowsy, they are ready to fall asleep or are sleepy. After eating that big dinner, I felt too drowsy to read. Now you say the word. Drowsy. Essential. Essential is an adjective. If something is essential, it is of the highest importance. Necessary. Food, water, and shelter are essential to survival. Now you say the word. Essential. Essential. Essential is a noun. To be essential, something is necessary or very important. When you pack for a long trip, start with the essentials. Now you say the word. Essential. Hardship. Hardship is a noun. A hardship is something that causes suffering or difficulty, a condition that is hard to bear. The pioneers had to live with many a hardship. Now you say the word. Hardship. Haul. Haul is a noun. A haul is the amount taken or won at one time. The boat brought in a good haul. Now you say the word. Haul. Haul. Haul is a verb. To haul something is to move it by pulling, dragging, or carting, sometimes in a vehicle. To apply force to transport something. Trucks haul all kinds of goods over the nation's highways. Now you say the word. Haul. Humble. Humble is an adjective. Something humble is low in rank or position. Plain, not proud or grand. The family lived in a humble cottage. Now you say the word. Humble. Humble. Humble is a verb. To humble someone is to take away one's spirit, power, fame, or independence. What will it take to humble the proud king? Now you say the word. Humble. Pledge. Pledge is a noun. A pledge is something given as a sign of a promise, especially money meant for a good cause. A sign or promise to fulfill an agreement. We can give a pledge of $10 to the fund. Now you say the word. Pledge. Pledge. Pledge is a verb. To pledge is to promise. A bride and groom pledge to honor each other. Now you say the word. Pledge. Sincere. Sincere is an adjective. If something or someone is sincere, it is without pretending, with honesty and real feeling. They offered a sincere apology. Now you say the word. Sincere. Stampede. Stampede is a verb. To stampede is to run away or cause to scatter in a wild manner, often in panic. To rush forward together as a crowd. The fans began to stampede toward the stage. Now you say the word. Stampede. Stampede. Stampede is a noun. A stampede is a wild rush of animals or people, usually when frightened. The flood forced a stampede of cattle to higher ground. Now you say the word. Stampede. Suitable. Suitable is an adjective. Something suitable is just right or appropriate. Well matched. I'm going shopping for a suitable outfit to wear. Now you say the word. Suitable.
Annual. Annual is an adjective. If something is annual, it is coming each year, once a year, lasting a year. The annual class picnic is planned for the last week of the school year. Now you say the word. Annual. Annual. Annual is a noun. An annual is a book or magazine that comes out once a year. A plant that lives or lasts for just one growing season. One of my poems will appear in the 2011 Poetry Annual. Now you say the word. Annual. Basic. Basic is an adjective. If something is basic, it has to do with the main or starting point of something. We understand the basic idea of the game. Now you say the word. Basic. Basic. Basic is a noun. The basics of something are its key elements or parts. I learned the basics of addition in first grade. Now you say the word. Basic. Competition. Competition is a noun. A competition is a game or contest, trying to outdo others. I am planning to enter the kite flying competition. Now you say the word. Competition. Contract. Contract is a noun. A contract is an agreement or understanding that can be enforced by law. A document that explains legal conditions. Many people who buy computers also buy a service contract. Now you say the word. Contract. Contract. Contract is a verb. To contract is to make or grow smaller, to come down with, as in sickness. Some soft woods contract when they dry. Now you say the word. Contract. Dismiss. Dismiss is a verb. To dismiss is to send away or permit to leave, to remove from a job, to stop thinking about. Our teacher will not dismiss the class until we are all quiet. Now you say the word. Dismiss. Neglect. Neglect is a noun. Neglect is a steady lack of care, often because of carelessness or laziness. Our rose garden suffers from neglect. Now you say the word. Neglect. Neglect. Neglect is a verb. To neglect something is to hold back care or attention, to fail to follow through. You won't do well in school if you neglect your homework. Now you say the word. Neglect. Obtain. Obtain is a verb. To obtain is to get or gain through some effort. Customers can obtain rate coins in that shop. Now you say the word. Obtain. Portion. Portion is a noun. A portion is a section or piece, a part of the whole, a serving of food. I'll have a small portion of soup. Now you say the word. Portion. Recall. Recall is a noun. Recall is the ability or act of remembering. He had no recall at all of the story. Now you say the word. Recall. Recall. Recall is a verb. To recall is to bring back to mind, to remind one, to ask to return. Photographs help us recall highlights of our trip. Now you say the word. Recall. Sponsor. Sponsor is a noun. A sponsor is one who helps or takes responsibility for another person or group. A person or business that pays for an ad on radio or television. A generous sponsor paid for new uniforms for everyone in the band. Now you say the word. Sponsor. Sponsor. Sponsor is a verb. To sponsor is to act as a sponsor to a group, person, or event. Many businesses sponsor the Special Olympics. Now you say the word. Sponsor. Stern. Stern is an adjective. Something or someone who is stern is not kind or gentle. Harsh-looking. The officer gave them a stern warning. Now you say the word. Stern. Stern. Stern is a noun. The stern is the back end of a boat. You can climb the ladder in the stern. Now you say the word. Stern. Vacant. Vacant is an adjective. If something is vacant, it is not used, filled, or lived in, without thought or expression. This bus has no more vacant seats. Now you say the word. Vacant.
Attractive. Attractive is an adjective. Something or someone is attractive if it is pleasing to the eye, mind, or senses. Has the power to draw attention. Most people notice someone with an attractive smile. Now you say the word. Attractive. Burden. Burden is a noun. A burden is something that is carried, a load, something that is very hard to bear. Mules are sometimes called beasts of burden. Now you say the word. Burden. Burden. Burden is a verb. To burden someone or something is to weigh down or put too heavy a load on. I am sorry to burden you with all these heavy packages. Now you say the word. Burden. Consent. Consent is a verb. To consent is to agree to or approve, to give permission. My parents would not consent to my staying up late. Now you say the word. Consent. Consent. Consent is a noun. Consent is approval or permission. The teacher needs our parents' consent so that we can go on the class trip. Now you say the word. Consent. Dependable. Dependable is an adjective. If someone or something is dependable, it is capable of being relied on. Trustworthy. A taxi driver needs a dependable car that always starts, even in bad weather. Now you say the word. Dependable. Indicate. Indicate is a verb. To indicate is to point to or point out, to be a sign of, to state or express briefly. The nurse told me that a skin rash may indicate an allergy or an insect bite. Now you say the word. Indicate. Previous. Previous is an adjective. If something is previous, it came before in time or order. Our teacher asked us to please turn back to the previous page. Now you say the word. Previous. Qualify. Qualify is a verb. To qualify is to be or become fit for something, to limit or narrow the meaning of. You must be 18 years old to qualify to vote in a national election. Now you say the word. Qualify. Response. Response is a noun. A response is a reply or answer, a reaction to something. I am still waiting for a response to my letter. Now you say the word. Response. Shabby. Shabby is an adjective. If something is shabby, it is worn or faded from use or wear, dressed in worn-out clothes, not fair or generous. The child shivered in the shabby old coat. Now you say the word. Shabby. Thaw. Thaw is a noun. A thaw is a period of weather warm enough to melt ice and snow. We had an early thaw in January. Now you say the word. Thaw. Thaw. Thaw is a verb. To thaw something is to let it melt or cause it to melt. To warm up gradually. Let the turkey thaw in the refrigerator before you use it. Now you say the word. Thaw. Urgent. Urgent is an adjective. If something is urgent, it needs or demands immediate action or attention. The fire department answered an urgent call for help. Now you say the word. Urgent. Vanity. Vanity is a noun. Vanity is the quality of being stuck up or vain, having too much pride in one's looks or abilities. A dressing table. A person's display of vanity can be very annoying. Now you say the word. Vanity.
Ambush. Ambush is a noun. An ambush is a surprise attack. An ambush took place on top of the mountain. Now you say the word. Ambush. Ambush. Ambush is a verb. To ambush is to make a surprise attack from a hidden place. A small force may try to ambush a larger one. Now you say the word. Ambush. Calculate. Calculate is a verb. To calculate is to find out by adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. To figure out by reason or logic. Let's calculate the full cost of the class trip. Now you say the word. Calculate. Contribute. Contribute is a verb. To contribute is to give money, effort, or items for a cause. To hand in for publication. Can you contribute some brownies to our bake sale? Now you say the word. Contribute. Dread. Dread is a noun. Dread is a deep fear or uneasiness over what may happen. A dread of talking in front of others keeps some students from raising their hands in class. Now you say the word. Dread. Dread. Dread is a verb. To dread something or someone is to be afraid, to fear or feel deep worry. Many students dread surprise tests. Now you say the word. Dread. Employ. Employ is a verb. To employ is to make use of, to put to work on a job or task for pay. You may need to employ a compass in order to draw a perfect circle. Now you say the word. Employ. Extend. Extend is a verb. To extend is to stretch out, make, or last longer. To give or offer. Let's extend our vacation into September. Now you say the word. Extend. Frantic. Frantic is an adjective. Someone who is frantic is very excited or upset, marked by fast, wild, or nervous action. The scene ended with a frantic search for the lost keys. Now you say the word. Frantic. Initial. Initial is an adjective. If something or someone is the initial thing or person, it is the beginning or first one. Our initial reaction was anger. Now you say the word. Initial. Initial. Initial is a noun. An initial is the first letter of a name or word. I picked the initial H for Hannah. Now you say the word. Initial. Initial. Initial is a verb. To initial is to mark or sign with one's initials. Please initial all the papers you correct. Now you say the word. Initial. Routine. Routine is an adjective. If something is routine, it is normal, predictable, or commonly done, repeated by habit. My routine morning jog is 3 miles. Now you say the word. Routine. Routine. Routine is a noun. A routine is the regular or fixed way in which a thing is done, an act or skit. The skaters practiced their routine. Now you say the word. Routine. Routine. Routine is an adjective. If something is routine, it is normal, predictable, or commonly done, repeated by habit. My routine morning jog is 5 miles. Now you say the word. Routine. Stun. Stun is a verb. To stun is to have a sudden, upsetting effect on the mind or feelings, to shock or daze, to make unable to feel, react, or think. Bright lights may stun a deer for a moment. Now you say the word. Stun. Sturdy. Sturdy is an adjective. If someone or something is sturdy, it is firmly or solidly built, determined. A police officer needs a pair of sturdy shoes. Now you say the word. Sturdy. Yield. Yield is a verb. To yield is to give in or give way, to produce or bring forth. I was forced to yield to her logic. Now you say the word. Yield. Yield. Yield is a noun. A yield is the product or amount made or produced. They got a good yield from the pear trees. Now you say the word. Yield.
Antique. Antique is a noun. An antique is an object made long ago, something made in the past. Some people fill their homes with antiques. Now you say the word. Antique. Antique. Antique is an adjective. If something is an antique, it is from the past, very old. The antique cradle was carved in 1847. Now you say the word. Antique. Baggage. Baggage is a noun. Baggage is a group of suitcases, bags, packages, equipment, or other items travelers carry, things that get in the way. Many travelers carry too much baggage. Now you say the word. Baggage. Digest. Digest is a noun. A digest is a shortened version of previously published writings, a magazine that publishes such short versions. My parents read a monthly digest of international news. Now you say the word. Digest. Digest. Digest is a verb. To digest something is to understand or grasp an idea, to break down food within the body for nourishment. You may need time to digest the lessons you learned in school this week. Now you say the word. Digest. Establish. Establish is a verb. To establish is to set up, start, organize, or bring about. To prove beyond doubt. The new baby's parents will establish a fund for her college education. Now you say the word. Establish. Eternal. Eternal is an adjective. If something is eternal, it is lasting for all time, with no beginning or end, continuing forever, seeming to be endless. Poets write of the eternal promise of spring. Now you say the word. Eternal. Haste. Haste is a noun. Haste is the speed or quickness of motion, overeager action without caution. If you work in haste, you may make careless mistakes. Now you say the word. Haste. Humid. Humid is an adjective. If something is humid, it is steamy or heavy with moisture, moist or damp. Icy lemonade is a refreshing treat on a humid day. Now you say the word. Humid. Lash. Lash is a verb. To lash is to whip or strike, to scold, to strap down with rope or cord. A cornered animal may lash out in fear. Now you say the word. Lash. Lash. Lash is a noun. A lash is a whip, a blow made by or as if by a whip, an eyelash. The man bore scars from the cruel whip. Now you say the word. Lash. Oppose. Oppose is a verb. To oppose is to act or speak out against, resist, object to be in direct contrast with. A group of senators will oppose the bill. Now you say the word. Oppose. Pioneer. Pioneer is a noun. A pioneer is a person or group that goes first to explore, open, prepare, or settle an area. Someone who breaks new ground, as in science or ideas. Orville Wright, along with his brother Wilbur, was a pioneer in achieving controlled, powered flight. Now you say the word. Pioneer. Pioneer. Pioneer is a verb. To pioneer is to open the way for others to follow, to lead, be the first. Our city will pioneer the use of electric buses. Now you say the word. Pioneer. Sensible. Sensible is an adjective. A person or thing is sensible if it shows or has good judgment or reason, aware of. It's only sensible to wear a warm coat on a cold day. Now you say the word. Sensible. Worthy. Worthy is an adjective. Something or someone is worthy if it has value, importance, or worth. Good enough for. Many people volunteer to work for a worthy charity. Now you say the word. Worthy.
Blossom. Blossom is a noun. A blossom is a flower or group of flowers, the state or time of flowering. A rose garden in blossom sweetens the air. Now you say the word. Blossom. Blossom. Blossom is a verb. To blossom is to have or produce flowers, to develop, open up, or appear. Steady encouragement can help a person's talent to blossom. Now you say the word. Blossom. Collide. Collide is a verb. To collide is to strike against each other with force. To clash. Small meteors sometimes collide with the moon. Now you say the word. Collide. Constant. Constant is an adjective. If something or someone is constant, it never stops, happens over and over again, stays the same, is loyal, steady, or faithful. City dwellers get used to the constant hum of traffic. Now you say the word. Constant. Constant. Constant is a noun. Something or someone constant does not change or vary. The need for food is a constant for all living things. Now you say the word. Constant. Content. Content is an adjective. If someone is content, he or she is pleased with or accepting of it, not wanting anything else. Our neighbors are content with their new home. Now you say the word. Content. Content. Content is a noun. If something has content, it has an amount that is held or contained. The meaning or subject of. The content of that book is too technical for me. Now you say the word. Content. Distract. Distract is a verb. To distract is to draw attention to something else or cause to turn aside, to confuse or disturb. Try not to let the noise distract you. Now you say the word. Distract. Drought. Drought is a noun. A drought is a long time without rain. A prolonged shortage. Farmers lost their entire crops because of the drought. Now you say the word. Drought. Foul. Foul is an adjective. If something is foul, it is unpleasant to the senses, dirty, clogged, or polluted, dishonorable, against the rules of a sport or game, stormy or rainy. The criminal was responsible for many foul deeds. Now you say the word. Foul. Foul. Foul is a noun. A foul is a violation of the rules. A ball that goes outside boundary lines. The umpire ruled that the ball was a foul. Now you say the word. Foul. Foul. Foul is a verb. To foul something is to pollute or make filthy, to break the rules of a game, to hit a foul. Leaky oil tanks can foul water and soil. Now you say the word. Foul. Noble. Noble is an adjective. If something or someone is noble, he or she is of high birth or rank, outstanding, of good moral character. The hero of the play is a noble lord. Now you say the word. Noble. Noble is a noun. A noble is someone of high rank or birth. A commoner may gain a title by marrying a noble. Now you say the word. Noble. Policy. Policy is a noun. A policy is a plan, set of rules, or way to act. A written insurance contract. The store changed its refund policy. Now you say the word. Policy. Quiver. Quiver is a noun. A quiver is a sheath used to hold arrows, a trembling or shaking motion. Only one arrow was left in the archer's quiver. Now you say the word. Quiver. Quiver. Quiver is a verb. To quiver is to shake or tremble. When I am nervous, my hands quiver. Now you say the word. Quiver. Slight. Slight is an adjective. If something is slight, it is small in size or degree. Not much, not important. There may be slight delays in train service. Now you say the word. Slight. Slight. Slight is a noun. A slight is an act of neglect or discourtesy. I apologize for the unintentional slight. Now you say the word. Slight. Slight. Slight is a verb. To slight someone or something is to treat it as unimportant. To make light of. A good host and hostess never slight their guests. Now you say the word. Slight. Tidy. Tidy is a verb. To tidy is to put things in near or proper order. Be sure to tidy the room before you go. Now you say the word. Tidy. Tidy. Tidy is an adjective. If something is tidy, it is neat and in good order, comfortable or large in amount. I was surprised to receive a tidy reward. Now you say the word. Tidy. Accurate. Accurate is an adjective. If something is accurate, it is without errors, completely correct, conforming to the truth. It is important to take accurate notes in class. Now you say the word. Accurate. Alert. Alert is an adjective. If something or someone is alert, it is watchful and ready to act, quick to understand and act. A good watchdog is alert and protective. Now you say the word. Alert. Alert. Alert is a noun. Alert is readiness, an alarm, a time when an alarm is in effect. Police and firefighters are always on alert. Now you say the word. Alert. Alert. Alert is a verb. To alert is to warn or make aware of. Signs on a highway alert drivers of hazards. Now you say the word. Alert. Ancestor. Ancestor is a noun. An ancestor is a family member who lived at an earlier time. You may want to study the lives of your ancestors. Now you say the word. Ancestor. Disaster. Disaster is a noun. A disaster is a sudden, terrible event that brings great damage or suffering. A great loss. It took months to recover from the disaster. Now you say the word. Disaster. Elementary. Elementary is an adjective. If something is elementary, it is related to the simplest or beginning level of something. Beginning students of the piano practice elementary pieces to develop their skill. Now you say the word. Elementary. Envy. Envy is a noun. Envy is a feeling of resentment caused by longing for what someone has. A person or object that is envied. Our team's winning season was the envy of the league. Now you say the word. Envy. Envy. Envy is a verb. To envy is to resent and want what someone else has. There may be times when you envy another person's good luck in life. Now you say the word. Envy. Epidemic. Epidemic is an adjective. If something is epidemic, it is capable of spreading to a very large group at the same time. Contagious. Polio was once epidemic in the United States. Now you say the word. Epidemic. Epidemic. Epidemic is a noun. An epidemic is a rapid and widespread outbreak of a disease. Sudden rapid growth or development. An epidemic of Dutch elm disease destroyed hundreds of trees in our town park. Now you say the word. Epidemic. Feeble. Feeble is an adjective. If something or someone is feeble, it has little strength or force, without energy or authority. The exhausted runner managed to give us a feeble smile after the long race. Now you say the word. Feeble. Penetrate. Penetrate is a verb. To penetrate is to enter or force a way through or into. To see into. Cars are equipped with special lights that can penetrate fog. Now you say the word. Penetrate. Romp. Romp is a noun. A romp is spirited, carefree, or noisy fun. Something that suggests merry play. The class enjoyed a romp in the playground. Now you say the word. Romp. Romp. Romp is a verb. To romp is to run or play in a lively or carefree way. To win easily. We watched the puppies romp on the lawn. Now you say the word. Romp. Staple. Staple is a noun. A staple is a U-shaped wire that fastens material by piercing and bending. A major product, material, part, or item regularly used. Fruits and vegetables are staples of a healthy diet. Now you say the word. Staple. Staple. Staple is a verb. To staple is to fasten with staples. Please staple the pages of your report together. Now you say the word. Staple. Staple. Staple is an adjective. For something to be a staple, it is the chief, principal, needed or used regularly. Rice is a staple crop in many Asian countries. Now you say the word. Staple. Survive. Survive is a verb. To survive is to stay alive or continue to exist. To keep on going. To live longer than. We need food and shelter in order to survive. Now you say the word. Survive.
Awkward. Awkward is an adjective. If something or someone is awkward, it is not skillful or graceful, hard to handle, embarrassing. When you first learn to dance, your movements may be awkward. Now you say the word. Awkward. Clatter. Clatter is a verb. To clatter is to make short, sharp sounds by rattling or banging together. To speak or move with confused, noisy sound. The old trains clatter as they move down the tracks. Now you say the word. Clatter. Clatter. Clatter is a noun. Clatter is a hard, rattling sound, busy excitement, noisy chattering. The clatter of machines in some factories is extremely loud. Now you say the word. Clatter. Gallant. Gallant is an adjective. To be gallant is to be showy in appearance, splendid, brave or full of spirit, showing courtesy, very attentive. We saw the parade of gallant sailing ships. Now you say the word. Gallant. Gallant. Gallant is a noun. A gallant is a fashionable young gentleman, a suitor. The heroine of the novel was courted by a wealthy gallant. Now you say the word. Gallant. Lukewarm. Lukewarm is an adjective. If something is lukewarm, it is only moderately warm, not hot but not cold, without enthusiasm. A dull speech is likely to get lukewarm applause. Now you say the word. Lukewarm. Plentiful. Plentiful is an adjective. If something is plentiful, it is in great supply, easily available, more than enough. Flowers are plentiful in springtime. Now you say the word. Plentiful. Ration. Ration is a noun. A ration is a portion of food allowed for one meal or one day. Food or supplies, a share. A soup kitchen provides rations to the poor. Now you say the word. Ration. Ration. Ration is a verb. To ration is to pass out in limited portions, to limit the use of. When water is scarce, people must ration it. Now you say the word. Ration. Reserve. Reserve is a verb. To reserve is to hold back or set aside, to save for future use. Please reserve a seat for me. Now you say the word. Reserve. Reserve. Reserve is a noun. A reserve is something set aside for a certain purpose, something stored for later use. We watched the squirrel dig up its reserve of nuts. Now you say the word. Reserve. Scholar. Scholar is a noun. A scholar is a learned person, an expert in a field of study, someone who studies with a teacher, a student who gets a gift of money to pay for education. The book was written by a respected scholar. Now you say the word. Scholar. Smolder. Smolder is a verb. To smolder is to burn slowly, with smoke but no flame. To exist in a suppressed state. To show suppressed feelings. A person may smolder with rage but say nothing. Now you say the word. Smolder. Trudge. Trudge is a verb. To trudge is to walk or march slowly and with difficulty or tiredness. At the end of a long day, workers trudge home. Now you say the word. Trudge. Trudge. Trudge is a noun. A trudge is a long, tiring walk. If I miss the bus, it's a 2-mile trudge to school. Now you say the word. Trudge. Volunteer. Volunteer is a noun. A volunteer is a person who chooses to join or to do a service, someone who gives time or effort without pay. Volunteers are needed at the children's hospital. Now you say the word. Volunteer. Volunteer. Volunteer is a verb. To volunteer is to offer one's services, to do or say freely. Who will volunteer to set the dinner table? Now you say the word. Volunteer. Weary. Weary is an adjective. To be weary is to feel tired, worn out, having no more patience. When I have to do a boring task, I become weary. Now you say the word. Weary. Weary. Weary is a verb. To become weary is to make tired, to grow tired. A dull speech may weary an audience. Now you say the word. Weary.
Convict. Convict is a verb. To convict is to prove or judge to be guilty. The jury voted to convict the defendant. Now you say the word. Convict. Convict. Convict is a noun. A convict is a person who has been proved guilty of a crime and sentenced to prison. Someone who is serving a long prison term. In a prison, a convict is usually given a job to do. Now you say the word. Convict. Discipline. Discipline is a noun. Discipline is punishment, training that results in obedience and self-control, orderly behavior, control gained by enforcing rules of conduct, a branch of knowledge. Drill instructors insist on strict military discipline. Now you say the word. Discipline. Discipline. Discipline is a verb. To discipline is to punish, to train in proper behavior, to bring under control. The principal knows how to discipline rowdy students. Now you say the word. Discipline. Dungeon. Dungeon is a noun. A dungeon is a dark room or cell used as a prison, usually underground. The story described the terror of being locked in a dungeon. Now you say the word. Dungeon. Earnest. Earnest is an adjective. If something or someone is earnest, it is serious, important, or grave. An earnest desire to help others may lead a person to choose a career in medicine. Now you say the word. Earnest. Enclose. Enclose is a verb. To enclose is to surround on every side, to close up or fence off, to include with something else. Be sure to enclose payment with the bill. Now you say the word. Enclose. Gradual. Gradual is an adjective. If something is gradual, it happens step by step or by degrees, changing little by little. There may be gradual improvements in a patient's condition after surgery. Now you say the word. Gradual. Grumble. Grumble is a verb. To grumble is to complain angrily, but not loudly. To growl. Many people grumble when they have to wait on a long line. Now you say the word. Grumble. Jagged. Jagged is an adjective. If something is jagged, it has a rough or sharp edge, irregular or harsh. I cut my hand on a jagged piece of broken glass. Now you say the word. Jagged. Nourish. Nourish is a verb. To nourish is to feed or help grow and develop. To support. For the first few months of their lives, birds must rely upon their parents to nourish them. Now you say the word. Nourish. Provision. Provision is a noun. A provision is the act of supplying or making available a stock of food or supplies, a step taken ahead of time, a condition as in a contract. A good hotel makes every possible provision for the comfort of its guests. Now you say the word. Provision. Provision. Provision is a verb. To provision is to supply with food or materials. It takes tons of food to provision an army. Now you say the word. Provision. Treaty. Treaty is a noun. A treaty is an agreement or contract between two or more countries, arrived at by discussion and compromise. The legal document that has the terms of such an agreement. The warring nations finally signed a peace treaty. Now you say the word. Treaty. Uneasy. Uneasy is an adjective. To be uneasy is to feel worried or unsure, cause discomfort. I often feel uneasy before a final exam. Now you say the word. Uneasy.
Distress. Distress is a noun. Distress is deep worrying or suffering, being in danger or in trouble. Helicopters can help rescue people in distress. Now you say the word. Distress. Distress. Distress is a verb. To distress is to trouble or upset, to cause worry or stress, to make unhappy. Our dogs, who bark at every noise, may distress our sick neighbor. Now you say the word. Distress. Drench. Drench is a verb. To drench is to wet or soak through and through, to cover or fill completely. A night of rain is enough to drench the field. Now you say the word. Drench. Dwell. Dwell is a verb. To dwell is to live, especially in a particular place. To remain, to stay. To keep one's attention on something. Do you think that human beings will one day dwell on the moon? Now you say the word. Dwell. Juvenile. Juvenile is an adjective. To be juvenile is to be not fully grown, of or meant for children or young people, foolish or immature. His juvenile pranks are so annoying. Now you say the word. Juvenile. Juvenile. Juvenile is a noun. A juvenile is a young person or individual. The play has a big part for a juvenile. Now you say the word. Juvenile. Outstanding. Outstanding is an adjective. To be outstanding is to stand apart from others due to being excellent, unpaid. The firefighter was praised for her outstanding bravery. Now you say the word. Outstanding. Proceed. Proceed is a verb. To proceed is to go on or continue in an orderly way. To start again after a pause. To start an action. Move. We must proceed directly to a hospital. Now you say the word. Proceed. Register. Register is a noun. A register is an official record book, the range of a voice or musical instrument, a machine that records data. How many names are in the class register? Now you say the word. Register. Register. Register is a verb. To register is to sign up, to show on a scale, to note or understand. When must we register for Little League? Now you say the word. Register. Sift. Sift is a verb. To sift is to put through a strainer to separate or break up lumps, to sort through or examine. It took some time to sift through all the mail. Now you say the word. Sift. Spree. Spree is a noun. A spree is a lively or wild outburst of activity. The prize was a 30-minute shopping spree. Now you say the word. Spree. Tardy. Tardy is an adjective. To be tardy is to be not on time, delayed, slow moving. Have you ever been tardy for school? Now you say the word. Tardy. Unfit. Unfit is an adjective. If something or someone is unfit, it is not suitable or proper, not good enough, unhealthy. The flood made tap water unfit to drink. Now you say the word. Unfit. Variety. Variety is a noun. Variety is change, lack of sameness, a number of different forms or types, a category of plants or animals. The old saying has it that variety is the spice of life. Now you say the word. Variety.
Blockade. Blockade is a verb. To blockade is to close off or keep people or supplies from going in or out. Warships may be used to blockade a harbor. Now you say the word. Blockade. Blockade. Blockade is a noun. A blockade is the closing off of an enemy nation, city, port, or area, usually by the military. Something that closes off or keeps out. During the Civil War, the Union forces used a land and sea blockade to cut off the city of Charleston, South Carolina. Now you say the word. Blockade. Chant. Chant is a verb. To chant is to sing. To recite in a tone that varies only a little or not at all. I often chant when jumping rope. Now you say the word. Chant. Chant. Chant is a noun. A chant is a song in such a tone. Words or phrases repeated in rhythm. At a soccer match, the chant of thousands of fans excites the teams to do their best. Now you say the word. Chant. Despair. Despair is a verb. To despair is to give up all hope, lose heart. We despair of ever seeing them again. Now you say the word. Despair. Despair. Despair is a noun. Despair is a total loss of hope. A cause of loss of hope. If fear changes to despair, a person might give up trying. Now you say the word. Despair. Extraordinary. Extraordinary is an adjective. If something or someone is extraordinary, they are beyond the usual or expected. Highly unusual or rare. My best friend has an extraordinary singing voice. Now you say the word. Extraordinary. Heroic. Heroic is an adjective. To be heroic is to be brave, noble, or larger than life, involving extreme effort. The heroic deeds of ancient warriors are legendary. Now you say the word. Heroic. Lance. Lance is a noun. A lance is a long, metal-tipped weapon used by knights or soldiers on horseback. Any sharp, pointed instrument that resembles such a weapon. In the Middle Ages, each knight carried a lance into battle. Now you say the word. Lance. Lance. Lance is a verb. To lance is to pierce with or as if with a lance. To open a wound. A doctor may decide to lance an infected blister. Now you say the word. Lance. Missionary. Missionary is a noun. A missionary is a person on an assignment, often of a religious nature. Someone sent by a church to a foreign land to teach religion and do charity work. The life of a missionary requires courage and dedication. Now you say the word. Missionary. Missionary. Missionary is an adjective. If something or someone is a missionary, they are related to or involved with such an assignment. The peacekeepers work with a missionary spirit. Now you say the word. Missionary. Pointless. Pointless is an adjective. If something is pointless, it has no meaning or effect. Sometimes it is pointless to continue a conversation. Now you say the word. Pointless. Reflect. Reflect is a verb. To reflect is to throw back as heat, light, or sound. To give back an image of as a mirror. To make apparent, show, or demonstrate. To think deeply about. The clouds reflect on the lake's surface. Now you say the word. Reflect. Site. Site is a noun. A site is a location, scene, or place where something was, is, or will be. Yorktown was the site of a famous battle. Now you say the word. Site. Toxic. Toxic is an adjective. If something is toxic, it is poisonous or deadly. A gas mask can filter out toxic fumes. Now you say the word. toxic.
Bristle. Bristle is a noun. A bristle is a stiff, short hair or fiber. Use a toothbrush with a soft, gentle bristle. Now you say the word. Bristle. Bristle. Bristle is a verb. To bristle is to have hair standing on end, to show anger. An insulting remark may make a person bristle with anger. Now you say the word. Bristle. Circular. Circular is an adjective. If something is circular, it is forming, moving, or being like a circle, round, indirect. The circular pathway goes around the pond. Now you say the word. Circular. Circular. Circular is a noun. A circular is a leaflet or printed advertisement meant to be given to many people. We received a circular describing sales at the mall. Now you say the word. Circular. Coarse. Coarse is an adjective. If something or someone is coarse, he is low, common, or of poor quality, made of comparatively large parts, rough to the touch, using bad manners or rude language. Most people are offended by coarse behavior. Now you say the word. Coarse. Discard. Discard is a verb. To discard is to get rid of or throw away. Please discard your newspapers into recycling bins. Now you say the word. Discard. Discard. Discard is a noun. A discard is something cast off or thrown away. Donate your clothing discards to a charity. Now you say the word. Discard. Extreme. Extreme is an adjective. If something is extreme, it is to the highest or greatest degree, exaggerated, farthest possible. Most people avoid extreme heat and cold. Now you say the word. Extreme. Extreme. Extreme is a noun. An extreme is the highest, farthest, or greatest degree, one end of a range. Songs often describe extremes of emotion. Now you say the word. Extreme. Focus. Focus is a noun. Focus is sharpness or clarity, the center of activity or interest. It is easy to adjust the focus of binoculars. Now you say the word. Focus. Focus. Focus is a verb. To focus is to correct for sharpness and clarity. To concentrate. Always take the time to focus your camera. Now you say the word. Focus. Grasp. Grasp is a verb. To grasp is to take hold with the arms or hands, to take eagerly, to understand. A person who trips on a stairway will probably grasp the handrail. Now you say the word. Grasp. Grasp. Grasp is a noun. A grasp is the reach of arms or hands, the power to reach or hold on to, understanding. A grasp of math's many rules is vital. Now you say the word. Grasp. Inspire. Inspire is a verb. To inspire is to guide, excite, uplift, or encourage. To bring about or cause. The Olympic Games inspire athletes to do their best. Now you say the word. Inspire. Magnify. Magnify is a verb. To magnify is to increase in importance. Exaggerate, to make bigger. A microscope can magnify tiny objects. Now you say the word. Magnify. Marine. Marine is an adjective. If something is marine, it is related to or of the sea, sailing, or shipping. Related to the seagoing branch of the armed forces. Whales are marine mammals, not fish. Now you say the word. Marine. Marine. Marine is a noun. A Marine is a soldier who serves on a ship, a member of the U.S. Marine Corps. Marines have taken part in every important American naval battle since 1775. Now you say the word. Marine. Quake. Quake is a verb. To quake is to shake or move back and forth, to tremble. People who live in California often feel the ground quake. Now you say the word. Quake. Quake. Quake is a noun. A quake is a shaking back and forth or trembling. An earthquake. A minor quake does little damage. Now you say the word. Quake. Troublesome. Troublesome is an adjective. If something is troublesome, it is difficult, causing annoyance, bother, or worry. It is troublesome to run out of gas on the highway. Now you say the word. Troublesome.
Abstract. Abstract is an adjective. If something is abstract, it has to do with an idea or quality rather than an object. Hard to understand. An art with little likeness to real people or things. A character in a book may stand for an abstract idea, such as kindness. Now you say the word. Abstract. Ally. Ally is a verb. To ally is to unite or join for a special purpose. Parents may ally themselves with teachers to tutor students who need extra help. Now you say the word. Ally. Ally. Ally is a noun. An ally is a person or country joined with another for a special purpose. Great Britain was an ally of the United States in World War II. Now you say the word. Ally. Appoint. Appoint is a verb. To appoint is to choose someone for a position or duty. To decide on. It is the responsibility of the mayor to appoint a police chief. Now you say the word. Appoint. Attentive. Attentive is an adjective. To be attentive is to pay attention. Be thoughtful and polite. When you write a composition, you should be attentive to spelling and punctuation. Now you say the word. Attentive. Bonus. Bonus is a noun. A bonus is something extra or beyond what is owed or expected. Many companies give their employees a bonus at the end of the year. Now you say the word. Bonus. Carefree. Carefree is an adjective. To be carefree is to be without troubles, worries, or responsibilities. Summer vacation is usually a carefree time for our family. Now you say the word. Carefree. Courtesy. Courtesy is a noun. Courtesy is polite, thoughtful, or considerate behavior. A polite act, a favor. Customers appreciate being treated with courtesy. Now you say the word. Courtesy. Manufacture. Manufacture is a verb. To manufacture is to make something, especially using machinery. To make up. I had to manufacture an excuse. Now you say the word. Manufacture. Manufacture. Manufacture is a noun. The manufacture of something is the making of something, especially using machinery. A factory in our town specializes in the manufacture of automobile parts. Now you say the word. Manufacture. Mistrust. Mistrust is a noun. Mistrust is a lack of confidence. Some people have a deep mistrust of politicians. Now you say the word. Mistrust. Mistrust. Mistrust is a verb. To mistrust is to have no confidence in, to be suspicious of, to doubt. Sometimes I mistrust my own judgment. Now you say the word. Mistrust. Noticeable. Noticeable is an adjective. If something is noticeable, it is easy to see, likely to be observed, worthy of attention. We saw a noticeable improvement in their play. Now you say the word. Noticeable. Overthrow. Overthrow is a verb. To overthrow is to overturn, to bring about the fall or end of something or someone. The rebels will overthrow the cruel ruler. Now you say the word. Overthrow. Overthrow. Overthrow is a noun. An overthrow is an act of bringing down, defeat. The people celebrated the overthrow of the heartless king. Now you say the word. Overthrow. Peculiar. Peculiar is an adjective. If something or someone is peculiar, he or she is not like the normal or usual, odd or curious, belonging to a particular group, person, place, or thing. Everyone is talking about the peculiar weather this year. Now you say the word. Peculiar.
Absolute. Absolute is an adjective. If something is absolute, it is without flaws or imperfections, without limits, without doubt. The witness swore to tell the absolute truth. Now you say the word. Absolute. Arena. Arena is a noun. An arena is an enclosed space used for sports or shows, a field of interest, activity, conflict, or debate. The senator has been in the political arena ever since she was elected president of her high school class. Now you say the word. Arena. Compliment. Compliment is a noun. A compliment is a remark or action that shows admiration, praise, or approval. Good wishes. Everyone likes to receive a compliment. Now you say the word. Compliment. Compliment. Compliment is a verb. To compliment is to give praise or admiration to. The losing team compliments the winners on their victory. Now you say the word. Compliment. Deliberate. Deliberate is a verb. To deliberate is to think about or discuss very carefully. A jury may deliberate for days before reaching a verdict. Now you say the word. Deliberate. Deliberate. Deliberate is an adjective. If something or someone is deliberate, it is done or said on purpose, careful, at a slow pace. A person may tell a deliberate lie to avoid blame. Now you say the word. Deliberate. Dense. Dense is an adjective. To be dense is to be close or packed together, thick, stupid. A dense crowd blocked the entrance to the building. Now you say the word. Dense. Dominant. Dominant is an adjective. If something or someone is dominant, he or she is above all others, leading or controlling, having the most power. The president is usually the dominant figure in his or her political party. Now you say the word. Dominant. Hazardous. Hazardous is an adjective. If something is hazardous, it involves risk or danger. Special containers are used for disposing of hazardous waste. Now you say the word. Hazardous. Huddle. Huddle is a verb. To huddle is to crowd close together, to form a closely packed group, to get together to discuss something. Campers may huddle around a fire on a cold night. Now you say the word. Huddle. Huddle. Huddle is a noun. A huddle is a tightly packed group, a meeting or discussion. In football, a quick meeting of players on the field to plan the next play. The coaches held a brief huddle on the sidelines. Now you say the word. Huddle. Necessity. Necessity is a noun. A necessity is something that cannot be avoided or done without. Great need. Water is a necessity for life. Now you say the word. Necessity. Offend. Offend is a verb. To offend is to break a law or rule, to cause hurt feelings, anger, or injury. Thoughtless behavior will offend most people. Now you say the word. Offend. Regain. Regain is a verb. To regain is to get back, to reach again. It takes time to regain your strength after an illness. Now you say the word. Regain. Thorough. Thorough is an adjective. If someone or something is thorough, it is carried out to completion, complete in every detail, extremely careful or exact. The dentist gave me a thorough checkup. Now you say the word. Thorough.
Adopt. Adopt is a verb. To adopt is to take another person's child into one's family. To use as one's own. To accept or approve. A family may adopt an orphan from a war-torn country. Now you say the word. Adopt. Agile. Agile is an adjective. If something or someone is agile, he or she is capable of moving easily, quickly, and gracefully. Mentally quick. To be a successful rock climber, it helps to be strong and agile. Now you say the word. Agile. Analyze. Analyze is a verb. To analyze is to study the parts of something in order to understand what it is, how it is put together, or how it works. To study carefully or in detail. Scientists analyze moon rocks to learn more about what the moon is made of. Now you say the word. Analyze. Assist. Assist is a verb. To assist is to give help or support. Several doctors may assist a surgeon during an operation. Now you say the word. Assist. Assist. Assist is a noun. An assist is the act of helping. In sports, an action that helps a teammate score or get a player out. A hockey player may receive credit for an assist. Now you say the word. Assist. Babble. Babble is a verb. To babble is to talk foolishly or too much. To make meaningless sounds. To make a gurgling sound. Some people can babble on the telephone for hours. Now you say the word. Babble. Babble. Babble is a noun. Babble is a mix of meaningless sounds, usually as made by water. The soft babble of a creek can be very relaxing. Now you say the word. Babble. Captivity. Captivity is a noun. Captivity is a state of being confined or held against one's will. Some prisoners of war have been held in captivity for years. Now you say the word. Captivity. Drab. Drab is a noun. Drab is an olive brown or brownish gray color. The old canvas tints were a faded drab. Now you say the word. Drab. Drab. Drab is an adjective. Something drab is marked by dullness, like to color drab, cheerless. A good book is good company on a drab and rainy afternoon. Now you say the word. Drab. Fatal. Fatal is an adjective. Something fatal causes death, destruction, or ruin. One passenger suffered a fatal injury. Now you say the word. Fatal. Generosity. Generosity is a noun. Generosity is the quality of being charitable to others in thought or action. Willingness to give, an act of giving. The heiress is well known for her generosity. Now you say the word. Generosity. Genuine. Genuine is an adjective. If something or someone is genuine, he or she is real, actually being what something appears to be, true or reliable, sincere or honest. I found a genuine fossil in my yard. Now you say the word. Genuine. Illegal. Illegal is an adjective. If something is illegal, it is against the law, against the rules. Stealing is an illegal act. Now you say the word. Illegal. Merit. Merit is a noun. Merit is the fact of deserving something, a quality that deserves reward or praise, worth or value. Her science project has great merit. Now you say the word. Merit. Merit. Merit is a verb. To merit is to deserve, be worthy of. His poems merit being published. Now you say the word. Merit.
Adorn. Adorn is a verb. To adorn is to add to the appearance of, especially with pretty objects. To dress up. Fresh flowers and beautiful linens adorn the dining room table. Now you say the word. Adorn. Appropriate. Appropriate is a verb. To appropriate is to take over or use as one's own, often without permission, to set apart for a certain purpose. A brother or sister may appropriate your favorite book. Now you say the word. Appropriate. Appropriate. Appropriate is an adjective. If something is appropriate, it is suitable or fitting. It is appropriate to wear a warm hat in winter. Now you say the word. Appropriate. Assemble. Assemble is a verb. To assemble is to meet or bring together, to put or fit parts together. On Thanksgiving, family members assemble to enjoy a holiday feast. Now you say the word. Assemble. Colossal. Colossal is an adjective. If something is colossal, it is amazingly large, great, or powerful in size or degree. The colossal pyramid of Chichen Itza in Mexico was built about 1,000 years ago. Now you say the word. Colossal. Effective. Effective is an adjective. If something is effective, it produces a desired or conclusive result, has a strong impact, starts as of a particular date or time. The team that makes the most effective presentation will win the debate. Now you say the word. Effective. Frail. Frail is an adjective. If something or someone is frail, it is weak or lacking strength, likely to give in to temptation. Our class project is to send cheerful greeting cards to children who are in frail health. Now you say the word. Frail. Hostage. Hostage is a noun. A hostage is a person held prisoner by another or by an enemy and used in bargaining for certain demands. The bank robber took one hostage. Now you say the word. Hostage. Landslide. Landslide is a noun. A landslide is a fast downhill movement of rocks or soil. Any mass that slides down, a lopsided victory in an election. A week of heavy rain caused a landslide. Now you say the word. Landslide. Rampage. Rampage is a verb. To rampage is to rush around wildly or violently. A herd of frightened animals may rampage. Now you say the word. Rampage. Rampage. Rampage is a noun. A rampage is violent, reckless, or wild behavior. The news carried a story about looters on a rampage. Now you say the word. Rampage. Scamper. Scamper is a verb. To scamper is to run or move quickly or playfully. Children usually scamper around a playground. Now you say the word. Scamper. Symptom. Symptom is a noun. A symptom is a sign of illness or of a physical problem, a sign that something else exists or is happening. Fever is one symptom of the flu. Now you say the word. Symptom. Warrant. Warrant is a noun. A warrant is a written order that allows for legal action. The police got a warrant to search the suspect's garage. Now you say the word. Warrant. Warrant. Warrant is a verb. To warrant is to declare for certain, to approve or guarantee, to serve as reason for. A deep cut may warrant stitches. Now you say the word. Warrant.
Approximate. Approximate is an adjective. Things that are approximate are almost exactly the same or correct. The approximate age of a fourth grade student is 9. Now you say the word. Approximate. Approximate. Approximate is a verb. To approximate is to come close to or approach something. The dog's howls approximate the sound of a wolf baying at the moon. Now you say the word. Approximate. Construct. Construct is a verb. To construct is to make or build by fitting parts together. The children use scraps of wood to construct a birdhouse. Now you say the word. Construct. Crude. Crude is an adjective. If something is crude, it is in a raw or natural state. We use fallen logs to make a crude bridge across the stream. Now you say the word. Crude. Decline. Decline is a verb. To decline is to refuse to accept or do something. I have to decline the invitation to the party because I am sick. Now you say the word. Decline. Decline. Decline is a noun. A decline is the process of becoming weak or less. A poor diet can cause a decline in health. Now you say the word. Decline. Distinct. Distinct is an adjective. Distinct means not alike, different from others. You can tell the two kittens apart because one has a distinct white stripe around its tail. Now you say the word. Distinct. Evident. Evident is an adjective. When something is evident, it is obvious or noticeable. The muddy paw prints made it evident that the dog took the sandwich. Now you say the word. Evident. Impulse. Impulse is a noun. An impulse is a sudden wish or urge to do something. When the movie reached the scary part, I had the impulse to cover my eyes. Now you say the word. Impulse. Interpret. Interpret is a verb. To interpret is to explain the meaning or importance of something. It is hard to interpret messy handwriting. Now you say the word. Interpret. Orient. Orient is a verb. To orient is to adjust or adapt to a new or unfamiliar situation, to find one's position in relation to new surroundings. It took a few seconds for my eyes to orient themselves to the bright sunlight. Now you say the word. Orient. Sector. Sector is a noun. A sector is a part or division of something, the part of a circle included between two radii. Each grade was assigned a different sector of the park to clean up. Now you say the word. Sector. Submit. Submit is a verb. To submit is to present or hand in something, to surrender or give in to someone or something. Young children will keep asking for something until you submit to their wishes. Now you say the word. Submit. Zest. Zest is a noun. If a person has a zest for something, they have a strong interest or enjoyment of it. The explorer has a zest for adventure and travel. Now you say the word. Zest.
Abide. Abide is a verb. To abide is to put up with or to have patience with. Our team has to abide by our coach's plan. Now you say the word. Abide. Abide. Abide is a verb. To abide is to live in a place. Most camels abide in a desert environment. Now you say the word. Abide. Contrast. Contrast is a verb. To contrast things is to compare them for differences. I used a chart to compare and contrast the two main characters in the story. Now you say the word. Contrast. Depress. Depress is a verb. To depress is to make someone sad or to discourage. Watching a sad movie may depress you. Now you say the word. Depress. Dismal. Dismal is an adjective. If someone is dismal, he or she is depressed, showing a lack of hope. If something is dismal, it is dreary or gloomy. The weather this week has been rainy and dismal. Now you say the word. Dismal. Dispose. Dispose is a verb. To dispose of something is to put it in a certain place. We were told to dispose our bags under our seats. Now you say the word. Dispose. Exaggerate. Exaggerate is a verb. To exaggerate is to enlarge a statement beyond what is true. Some fishermen exaggerate the size of the fish they catch. Now you say the word. Exaggerate. Indifferent. Indifferent is an adjective. To be indifferent is to have or show a lack of interest. Some people are indifferent about political issues. Now you say the word. Indifferent. Jubilant. Jubilant is an adjective. To be jubilant is to show great joy or excitement. The team was jubilant when it won the championship game. Now you say the word. Jubilant. Manual. Manual is a noun. A manual is a book of instruction, a handbook. Most appliances come with a manual. Now you say the word. Manual. Manual. Manual is an adjective. Something manual involves the use of the hands. Construction workers generally do a lot of manual work. Now you say the word. Manual. Originate. Originate is a verb. To originate something is to bring it into being. Many chefs originate new food dishes. Now you say the word. Originate. Recognition. Recognition is a noun. Recognition is special attention or praise, the acknowledgement of achievement. The scientist was given recognition for his discovery. Now you say the word. Recognition. Recognition. Recognition is a noun. Recognition is special attention or praise, the acknowledgement of achievement. The scientist was given recognition for his discovery. Now you say the word. Recognition.